Hey, welcome back. You're listening to Barely Sober Walker Talk. This is Chris, and today we're going to do another quick video, and we're going to talk about why Glenn had that fake-out death at the beginning of Season 6. So, just a warning, there may be some potential comic book spoilers as I get more into this, because I'm really going to try to break this down and figure out what the reasonings were, what they were thinking in the writer's room, and what it might say about what's going forth. So if you don't want to know any spoilers that might play into the season finale or season 7, please click off this video and you can come back at a later time and check it out. Okay, that's your warning, so here we go. So basically, if you've been paying attention to the show, watching it since season 1, you'll realize that Glenn has a near brush with death at least once a season. Even taking it back to season 1, where he's captured by the Latino gang in Atlanta and they're threatening to feed him to the dogs. Bringing it into season 2, he is falling into the well with the well walker, and you're not sure if he's bit or not, and he comes out and he survived. Season 3, he's tied up to a chair in Woodbury, and zombies lurched at him, and they do another little fake out where you're not sure if he's going to get bit or not, but he ends up escaping from that. Season 4, of course, he ends up with that crazy super flu and is on the complete verge of death. I mean, actually, at the time watching it, I thought he might have been a goner in that scene. They save him at the last minute, even though he's coughing up blood, foaming at the mouth. So there's that as well. Then of course they do the little tease at the end of the season where you think that perhaps maybe he was killed by the Terminus people. You see that one of the other characters has his watch. Bringing it into season 5, he has a bunch of brushes with death, including a little fake out scare with like rolling around with Nick, right? Nick was his name. Nick in the in the woods during the season finale. And then season 6, of course, he has that moment where for pretty much half the first half of the season, everyone was wondering, is he alive, is he dead, what happened when the whole dumpster zombie herd scenario. And then it doesn't even end there. I mean, they continue on to have another moment where Glenn almost dies in the No Way Out storyline, and Abraham and crew come and save him at the last minute. So as you can see, I think Glenn is the luckiest person in the show. He's had the most hardcore brushes with death, come out of it alive every time. And it's cool, I get it, that's his character. He's lucky, he's innocent, he's scrappy, quick. He's always been like that. That's why he's the supply runner for the group. He's got those like nimble skills. And I'm okay with there being a character that can seemingly, escape death over and over. But the one big fake out we have to ask ourselves now, and this is where I might get into a little bit of the comic book spoilers, once again, spoiler warning, but in the comic books, Glenn meets a fateful death that should be coming soon. So if they already faked his death this season so hardcore like that, we have to ask ourselves, is that because they're not giving him his comic book death, and that was a way of just having the Glenn death and having the fan reaction to it but not actually doing it? Or are they going to do it anyway, and that's a way of distracting us from realizing that it's going to happen? Personally, I've been toying with this back and forth over and over. I can't really figure it out, but we have to look at a couple of things here. So faking out Glenn, what did that do? That freaked out the fans. The fans worldwide went nuts. It brought so much attention to the show again. I'd never seen so much hype for it, actually, as to like those couple of episodes after everyone thought that maybe Glenn was dead. So was it just a publicity stunt for the show to rev everyone back up, get everyone back interested? And why Glenn? Maybe were they just trying to test the waters, see how the fans would react to it? It's possible. It doesn't seem to fit. It doesn't seem to work for me. I really honestly believe that he might still be getting his comic book death, and by faking it out, it's almost like teasing it. You know, how many times can this guy avoid it? And maybe it was a way of setting it up so that the fans now, when he is, set up for his comic book death, when it seems like he's about to get killed, maybe the casual fans are going to be like, oh, Glenn will get out of it. Glenn gets out of everything, especially after that dumpster scene. And maybe that's where the biggest shock of all comes, and this is the one time where he doesn't escape his fate. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. This is just kind of like a little bit of a ramble, a little bit of a rant, but it just strikes me as so strange that they chose to do that. And I'm still on the fence of if I even like that or not. I kind of like the idea of not knowing if he died or not during that scene, but the way they pulled it off, it was poorly shot. It was definitely, the production there was not top notch, because if you really go back and watch it more closely, you can clearly see that, there's no way he would have survived it. So, yeah, I get what they were going for. I'm not sure if it worked, and I'm not sure if it's going to add or distract from his possible death in the season finale. So, so let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe to Barely Sober News and Reviews. We do a lot of Walking Dead recaps and reviews, thoughts and opinions. We talk about other shows. We talk about Daredevil and Game of Thrones, a lot of Marvel stuff, a lot of DC, and we also have a podcast where we break down some of the latest news in Hollywood. So check us out, subscribe to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and keep up with all our shit. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'll see you later.